So I think I'm starting to get a little tired. I'm feeling eepy all the time. I'm tired of watching both football teams that I love with my heart lose. At least West Virginia's winning a couple games, but I'm starting to get. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad, boy.
All right, let's run it. Hey guys, welcome back to the Starting Two. I'm Brody Minnick. This is my co-host Alex Desai, and we are going to talk to you about some sports, movies, music, everything above, whatever we can get in our time frame. And we always love talking to you guys. Thanks for following TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get the podcast and wherever you get your clips. So keep up with those. Yeah, I think we should get into this. Alex?
Yeah, but before we touch on anything, Brody and I, we got to actually spend some time together this past week.
Yes, we did. Tell them where we went to eat.
Yeah, we went to Chili's.
Chili's!
Yeah, so if you want, so I think one of the reasons starting two podcast is as formidable as it is and as impressive as it is because of the breakdown. So why don't you break that down, Brody? Why don't you break down?
Yeah. So tough drive. About 3.5 hours for me. I'm starting through the rain, through the sludge, whatever I can do to pound my way to that marker, that first down marker, which ultimately I get to the end zone, and that end zone is called Morgantown, West Virginia. Oh, there I get to see my beautiful girlfriend Sarah. Now me and Sarah, we're shooting it around. We're like, you know what? Let's go see our former drumline. We were in the West Virginia drumline. Let's go see him. Okay, what do we do? 20-yard pass down the field. Oh my gosh, it's picked off. It's cold outside. I'm a little chilly. What do I have to do? Bundle up a little bit. Get a little cozy. Okay, we got the ball back. No problem. Yeah, we actually got a safety and they had to punt the ball back. So now we have the ball. I watched the drumline. All is good. I don't go to the game, even though they whipped Colorado. I didn't go to the game because why would I want to pay money to go watch my team possibly lose? But hey, they won. Now, this is where the story gets interesting. This is where we start pulling off the depth chart. We've got guys going down. I'm like, who are we going to throw in here? Then I look to my good buddy Alex, who ironically is like 15 feet away from where the drumline warms up. And I say, hey, Alex, let's go get some Chili's, man. So me, Sarah, Alex, head on up to Chili's, watch the game, get some triple dippers, some wicked alcohol drinks that they're selling there. And Alex got some fries that he didn't even touch. I got the Nashville hot chicken crispers, of course. And I'd say that was a touchdown, and I think we got the win. A huge ranked win, don't you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we really deceived them. We went with a halfback draw. It was 3rd and 20.
Yeah, we instead of going with Matt LaFleur's inside zone every play, we ended up going with something that actually works.
And so, I mean, Brody, obviously, he's a top 5 quarterback in the game right now. Sarah is leading the charge in receiving yards, and she's got a couple touchdown catches herself. But Brody called up the coach. He said, I need the backup running back in here right now. The backup running back.
He comes limping off the bench, throws the crutches down.
Yeah, and the backup running back was none other than me. And Brody sees something at the line. They're playing two deep shell, quarters. What
we got the high safeties.
High safeties. All right. 54's the mic. I need it.
Hey, wait, then we flip it. We flip the run. We're going right this time.
We're going right. Draw. And then I see linebackers playing off. Linebackers disrespecting me like that. I get to Chili's fast. Fast, and I lay the boom. And Brody does say we had alcoholic drinks. Sarah had alcoholic drinks.
Yeah, just the wicked one.
Brody and I were the driving parties of this trip, this ordeal. And, stay safe out there. We make good decisions,
Yeah, don't drink and drive.
Absolutely.
Stay in school. Well... Now, we talk about all this this running back talk and all of this wide receiver talk. And, by the way, yeah, I could see you as a running back. I see you as a quarterback or running back. I see myself as a tight end or I've always wanted to play tight end. Um, hey, maybe I'll be the long snapper. Um, keep your job for 20 years if you're good at it. Yeah. So while we're talking about football, let's slide over. All right. Let's take ourselves over to some college football. Okay. We didn't get to
But
touch a whole lot on college football last week. It wasn't real interesting. Wasn't a lot going on. But we knew this week was going to be big. Okay. We had LSU, Alabama. Okay. We had Oregon, Iowa, which people thought that was actually going to be a good game, which ended up being a really good game. We had a couple teams pull through, like Texas A&M truly does look like the number 3 team in the country right now against Missouri. Ole Miss pulling out a huge win against Citadel, of course. Um, had a Big 12 showdown, top 10 showdown with BYU, Texas Tech. One of those took the crown, and one of them dropped a little bit. And then I'd probably say one of the best games of the week, probably the best, is Indiana versus Penn State. And we didn't expect this to be such a huge game, but I'm going to start with this one because Indiana has looked like one of the best teams in the country. Everybody says Ohio State this, Ohio State that. Ohio State hasn't played anybody. Go cry me a river. I'm sorry. It's the same thing every year. I hate Ohio State. But they do look good. Julian Sain looks great, right? They have Jeremiah Smith, right? They got 2 first-rounders catching balls right now, kind of like Jefferson and Chase, right? Julian Sain looks great. They haven't been tested. Now, this Indiana team, they've played some good teams, all right? They've run a little bit of the gauntlet thus far. Penn State, though. Penn State might be the best, worst team in college football. I mean, they're a good team. They held their own. Everybody says Ohio State's like, oh, we clobbered them last week. Hey, what was that halftime score, guys? Didn't you have a 3-point lead on there? Like it's not like they just clobbered them. Second half, way stronger team, whatever. This injury riddled heart loss program at Penn State put up a pretty good fight, and they have since losing to UCLA. Obviously losing their quarterback. Now, Indiana, on the other hand, Indiana did not look great in this game. But what did Fernando Mendoza do? He pulled
he
through.
did he did what Brody Minnick did a couple minutes ago and called the
Yeah,
audible.
called the audible. He
Twinkle toes, twinkle toes.
we had I want to say like 2 or 3 of the best catches of the season, the most important catches. All toe taps, crazy catches, and of course the final one you guys all heard Gus Johnson call it. Just insane 1-foot tap catch in the back of the end zone. With the clock expiring with about 30 seconds left. They would have had one more down, but who knows if they would have gotten it. Huge. They end up beating Penn State. So this is a great look for Penn State because Penn State, all is lost, but they still put up a really good fight. Indiana looks great. Um, there's Indiana's still going to do well. This is just a tough game. Let's not act like Penn State's defense is depleted. I mean, they still have a really good defense sometimes. So, Alex, let me hear your thoughts on Indiana as a whole, and then we'll move on to the next game.
Yeah, so I'll be candid here. I thought that Indiana was going to lose this game. Uh, I didn't watch it thoroughly or anything, but periodically you see the score. I get the notifications on my phone. Indiana's on the ropes. Indiana's on the ropes. I see that Penn State punts with a minute and a half, 2 minutes left to Indiana, and I'm like, Fernando Mendoza hasn't played a clean game. Turnovers, that kind of stuff. I mean, Indiana just wasn't really great. Run game wasn't humming or anything like that. And I check back in what feels like a minute later, and they're in the red zone. So I pop it on, and the catch. That's probably the catch of the season right now.
Yeah,
That'll go to like that's one of the greatest catches I've ever seen. It's eerily similar to a Jackson Smith and Jigba catch that was made a handful of years ago when he was at Ohio State, where it's like the ball's leading him out of bounds. Like there's so much on the ball, and he just manages. I believe it's against Notre Dame, maybe it's like Michigan State. It's one of those teams, and Jackson Smith and Jigba just lets his like back foot just graze the end zone. And rule in college football, obviously, 1 foot is all you need, and it was shades of that at one of the best catches of the year by a mile. And Indiana gets the job done. Fernando Mendoza gets the job done. Big 2 minute drill for that team.
yeah, very
It, it's
surgical.
it's good to see that under the pressure of hey, this would be a huge loss. This is also not the point of the year you want to lose. Um, that they get the job done. They now understand that they're uh under pressure, under extreme amounts of yeah, I guess pressure is the word. Yeah, that they could still hold strong. They could still play their the IU football. So I'm happy for them. I'm sure Kurt Signetti ripped them when they got back to the locker room or whatever it was, maybe practice, I can guarantee there's about 20 more suicides happening,
Yeah.
or 20 more 40s happening. But yeah, great win for IU, great win for Fernando Mendoza. I think this maybe takes him out of Heisman candidacy because
I don't know why he was
another.
there in the first place. Let's keep it a buck. I like Fernando Mendoza, but I, his he's doing everything he needs to do to make this Indiana program win, which is great. But this is like eerily similar to like a Mac Jones type player. Mac Jones was phenomenal in his starting year at college, phenomenal. But he's also on one of the best college rosters offenses we've ever seen. What did Mac Jones do in the NFL after like one fluke rookie season? Hey, you know what? He's playing well right now, but it's game managing versus like actually leading your team out there, right? Do we have a Caleb Williams, a Jaden Daniels type guy? Um, I don't know. I can't really like I can't judge him this far. I need to see more. I need to see him against Ohio State. I need to see him against some top dogs like Oregon. He played really well against Oregon. I mean, he's getting the job done. I just don't know if I'm ready to say like give him the Heisman. And it's not because of this game, right? I just don't think Fernando Mendoza is like a number one pick. And the problem is people are freaking out right now across the nation because, oh my gosh, all these quarterbacks, who's going to go number one? Why does a quarterback have to go number one? There's plenty of good playmakers. There's not enough good quarterbacks in this draft. We talked about it. Lenore Sellers, Garrett Nussmeier, Clay Klobuchar, all of them are just disappointments, huge disappointments. They're not going to go number one. They're not even going to go first round now, right? Arch Manning, he's not even going to go to the draft. Diego Pavia, he's not going first. I mean, he'll get drafted, but he's not going to go super high, to my knowledge. And you look at it and it's like, who's going to go number one? It could be Fernando Mendoza, and it's like, why does it have to be a quarterback? What about Jeremiah Love? I know it's a running back, but Jeremiah Love is ridiculous. Carrying Notre Dame right now, and he looks phenomenal. Anyways, end of my rant right there. Let's carry over to some other Heisman hopefuls. Alex, let's go
Yep.
to, yeah, go ahead.
Vandy Auburn.
Yeah,
Brody just touched on Diego Pavia likely not going number one, and that's probably because of his play style. It's not your traditional archetype for your number one overall type of quarterback. However, in a phenomenal game, 38-45, and I believe in overtime, Vandy gets the win.
yep,
Diego Pavia plays lights out.
really well.
Lights out. 350 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, got it done on the ground as well. And uh, Vandy's still surging, trying to make it interesting in that college football playoff after a loss, I believe, either the week prior or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, great game for them. Great win for his Heisman candidacy. Um, just to touch back on something, and this is just a pure opinion. I think Mac Jones 2020 season, I want to say it is. It might have been 2020, 2021. Um,
2020.
I believe it's a top 10 quarterback season of all time in the college football.
Yeah, he
You could
had. Yeah, I mean, well, here we'll put it this way. So Joe Burrow the year prior, you have Mac Jones the next year, right? And
uh-huh.
this is in the era when we have Tua, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, all these guys that are flying off the board, right? Mac Jones was great. I wanted the Steelers to grab him, of course, because I'm like, oh my gosh, he reset the completion percentage after Joe Burrow set it the previous year. He resets it. That's now been blown out of the water. That's gone. I think Julian Sain is currently throwing for 80% right now, which is ridiculous. Um, so the completion percentage is like whatever, but he played phenomenal. Now he's throwing a Devonta Smith. Now you could say the same for Joe Burrow, obviously with Jefferson Chase, the loaded offense. But Mac Jones looked great. And then you get to the NFL level and you see the tangibles that Mac Jones is missing. You see the lack of mobility. You see he's just not reading the field as well. And it worries me whenever you get to that level. That's what I look for now in college quarterbacks because at the time I was like, Mac Jones, he could be one of the greatest NFL quarterbacks, the next Tom Brady, right? He gets drafted by New England. But then you kind of see, you go back and look at the tape in college and you're like, wait a second, maybe I wasn't looking for the right things. That's when I look at like Jaden Daniels last year, who wasn't great at his first year at LSU. He was good, he could run. But the second year jump he took where he's going through every option, throwing the ball. If it's not there, he's running, he's taking off. Caleb Williams, Superman ball. Even though it doesn't work all the time, you know that he is just a joystick on the field, right? Drake May, you can even see the tangibles in Drake May. And obviously it's paying off now. That's what now I'm looking for. I kind of look for, not here when I'm looking at, it's like, what can they be, right? So go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll rebuttal you in one thing. Joe Flacco has looked phenomenal these past couple weeks, okay? I think Joe Burrow is probably the best pure passer in the league. Yeah, I do. I This is no knock on Joe Burrow. However, the weapons that he has, unbelievable, unbelievable. Caleb Williams, the weapons that he has. Caleb Williams has had arguably the best weapons in football since being drafted. Roma
Yeah,
Dunze, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen for his first year, now Luther
Luther
Burden for
Burden.
this
Yeah,
year, Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland now this year. I mean, loaded. Drake May didn't have a great first year. Bring Stephon Diggs in. Stephon Diggs has been a huge help. That's really helped freed up Kayshon Boutte. Pop Douglas has played really well now. I think about
and
what
a running
Mac
game,
Jones.
as
Absolutely.
well.
And running game's been extremely efficient. What did Mac Jones have?
Not a whole lot.
Exactly. And I think you're relying on the fact that he's got Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick has never been one to go, hey, we're gonna go get all these receivers, and we're gonna be really good. They got Randy Moss that one year. They really
Yeah,
relied on Gronk for quite a long time. Wes Welker for a little bit, but he's a slot guy. And I mean, the only other like major wide receiver I could think of that was like, hey, top upper echelon guy at the time with New England was Deion Branch for Tom Brady. So I don't want to say I knock Mac. I'm not knocking the Patriots as a whole, but I don't think Mac Jones deserves that kind of uh, bad rep for not having the weapons that other teams have had. Think about it.
yeah, totally.
He's played really well. Think about the games he's had Ricky Pearsall in. Ricky Pearsall played great. Ricky Pearsall, I think, has the potential to be a 1,000-yard receiver perennially. George Kittle, obviously a great guy, but he's just getting back into his first couple games. Christian McCaffrey, look how much Mac Jones is leaning on probably the most prolific athlete in football right now. It's those kinds of things. So I think obviously quarterback play in its own right is very much as important as anything, but the weapons also play a significant role. And this is all to say that not to diminish Mac Jones
Yeah,
as
yeah.
as
Hey,
a
like you said, top 10 college football season of all time, man. And he led one of the greatest offenses we've ever seen. Behind 2019 LSU, but they
I
were
agree
for
with that.
sure.
I
Yeah,
do agree with that. However, just again, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Terrace Marshall Jr., Thaddeus Moss, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. The offensive line was good. The defense kept getting the ball back to him. Now
yeah,
Alabama has the same story. Devonta Smith, Jalen
yeah.
Waddle. Was Ruggs still there?
No, he got drafted the year before.
Yeah. But the offensive line
Oh,
for
offensive
Bama
line
that
was
year.
was ridiculous. The
Oh,
defense ridiculous.
oh. Yeah. No.
Yeah, this those two LSU and Alabama following years. And you know what's funny? Alabama was just as good the year before, right? It's just a little bit injured Tua, but they always had those weapons. They had more receiving weapons the year before. But Mac Jones looked phenomenal, and this actually raises a question. So obviously we've seen this story before. We've seen the Baker Mayfield come back. We've seen Sam Darnold's come back. We've even seen Geno Smith come back. So Mac Jones, all hope was lost. He's been tried in a few different places. He went to Jacksonville, absolutely miserable. He just hasn't even gotten the chances since losing his spot in New England. He just didn't look like he wanted to play football anymore. Now he's playing well, right? Won some games. He's playing. He's looking really good in this offense. Where's the Brock Purdy? This is where I start to ask myself. Brock Purdy, okay? Brock Purdy, I believe is a good quarterback. He's a good fundamental quarterback. He's got good mechanics. His footwork is some of the best in the NFL. He maneuvers the pocket so well. However, Mac Jones, he's winning. Mac Jones is doing just fine, right? Now, he might not be your guy, but he's winning. What more do you want, right? He's won some games. He's played pretty well. Brock Purdy, are we missing him right now? And at what point do we say, like, Brock Purdy, obviously Mr. Irrelevant. Is it Brock Purdy or is it, because I had this fight for years because I was fighting Kenny Pickett versus Brock Purdy. Same draft, one picked in the first round, and Kenny Pickett, obviously a failure, would have been better on the San Francisco team. He would have. Okay, the Steelers team was horrible when he got drafted. He would have been better on San Francisco. I think Brock Purdy's a better quarterback than Kenny Pickett, obviously. But at what point do you say, Alex, Brock Purdy, how much has he missed in this offense? Because I do think he's still missed, but they're getting the job done still, you know?
I think so, some of it is to say with the situation that you're being presented in. Um, when Kenny Pickett had a game or two where he got to play for the Eagles, he looked actually like he didn't look bad. He by no means was he this Kenny Pickett playing the best football of his life. It wasn't any of that, but he looked serviceable under center in Philadelphia. Uh, but I think that's a nod to how Philadelphia was running their offense, especially last year. That offense was fine tuned and they were humming. Now moving over to San Francisco, I wouldn't even say that the offense in San Francisco is this super powerful, get in your face punch. However, Kyle Shanahan knows how to win games and knows how to scheme uh, to put his players in the best positions. Now, is it always going to be close or is it always going to be blowouts? No, I think there's a lot of close games, and I think if you have Pat Mahomes in San Francisco's offense, it probably these are 30-point wins. But I think Kyle Shanahan puts Mac Jones in the same spot. So while Brock Purdy, I do believe is a good quarterback, I don't think he is um, this godsend. I think Kyle Shanahan has put him in a phenomenal position, very similar to Jimmy G, but I do think Brock Purdy was better than Jimmy G.
Yeah.
But Kyle Shanahan made Brock or Jimmy G look like okay, he can get the job done. This is a good quarterback. This is an average quarterback, and the rest of the team is really really good. It was that
Here's the
conversation we had.
the testament is that he's taken Brock Purdy and Jimmy G to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
You know, what more do you want? I mean, he's taken two quarterbacks who are, Jimmy G was lifeless. Now he looked good with the 49ers, good enough to lead that team. Brock Purdy, the same thing. Now Brock Purdy played obviously better than Jimmy G, but it's the same thing. So the coaching and the play style over there is great. And I think now that you see Mac Jones, this is the third time we're seeing this same type of situation happen. They got blown out. We'll get to that. But Mac Jones still played well in their loss this last week. I mean,
yeah.
over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, an interception. But the scheme that they run with 49ers is just good. And I just think that Shanahan's a good coach, and he knows what to do with his quarterbacks. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that loss also comes
Yeah.
because Sean McVay is a wizard.
Yeah, Sean
I
McVay
think.
is, and we'll get there. We're getting ahead of ourselves. 1 second, we'll get back to NFL. Let's go ahead and close it off with college. I think if we touch on one more game, which is LSU Alabama. Speaking
Yeah,
back
so
to the Alabama,
we talked about Mac Jones. Obviously, we're speaking Joe Burrow, Mac Jones, all this. Let's stick with the Bama quarterbacks. Ty Simpson and Alabama go up against LSU. Go Tigers! And Bama does get the job done against Brody's Tigers. Let's hear about it, bud.
yeah. So this game coming into this, it's one of those where it's like, all right, we're gonna get blown out, whatever. I'm still watching the game. I still got my Chipotle. I'm still eating it, and I don't know this game. I'm just gonna put. So I'm gonna say it bluntly. Alabama loses this game if LSU scores. A touchdown and another field goal. Alabama loses this game. Alabama put up 20 points. Okay, this is one of the best offenses we've seen click all year. They've been super consistent, other than their week one loss. Alabama should not have won this game. And I'm not saying this is like a salty LSU fan. I don't care. The team stinks. But do they really stink? The defense held this Alabama team to 20 points. Okay, wait, and that's 20 points only because the offense just kept giving the ball back. Can you imagine if the LSU offense actually kept the game at a pace, how much this defense would get rest, how much they wouldn't have to come back on the field all the time? I mean, 20 points to the number 4 team in the country, right? After they just got blown out by Texas A&M. I mean, horrible loss. I'm like, okay, here comes Alabama. 20 points. LSU puts up 9. So, Garrett Nussmeier, I love Garrett Nussmeier as a human being. I root for him so much. I will be his number one fan, but I can't. And I've said this all season. I can't support the play that's happening on the field. I don't think it's his fault. I don't think it's all his fault. I think there's definitely been some injuries involved. The offensive line is one of the worst in the country. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if there's some sort of PFF ranking of that, but they are horrible. I mean, they are bad. And that's really come to the limelight. And Garrett Nussmeier doesn't use his feet. He just doesn't. That was the one thing I was hoping he would get better at. It's not happening. There's a lot of things involved. Brian Kelly, the play calling has been atrocious this year. Absolutely killed any idea of Garrett Nussmeier launching the ball downfield. And when he does, it looks like he's hurt, like his ribs or something. There's a lot of factors contributing to it. He loves the state of Louisiana. He loves LSU. That being said, this is past due. He finally got benched in the game. They put Michael Van Buren in, who looks like he could be something for next year for LSU. He's only a sophomore. He came from Mississippi State. He can run and throw. He looked actually okay. He got replaced mid third quarter, played the fourth quarter. At that point, it's kind of game is lost, and you're just trying to make up for time. He wasn't able to get the job done, but he looked like he could move the ball better than Garrett Nussmeier. And that's sad. Sad to me. So, like I said. I'm not one of those people that's like, well, no credit to Alabama. Like, we beat ourselves. It's like Alabama, obviously, they got the job done. But Alabama also scored 20 points on a team that just got blown out by Texas A&M. And I can't say blown out with enough B. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll say is holding Alabama to 20 points a huge win for LSU? Sure. However, I'd say that LSU felt the most motivated for a game this entire year this week. After Brian Kelly's departure, which I'm sure, and I wouldn't be surprised, that team hated.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
just keep
yeah.
it real.
I
Okay?
think they did.
You would think that all those boys would want to really play hard together and be this one cohesive unit. Um, so I think that's what happened, and the defense played really well. Offense just couldn't get the job done because Alabama's defense is stout.
Yeah.
I don't think this is nearly as big of a knock on Bama as maybe you think it is, not to diminish what you're saying. I think LSU came to this game feeling like we're gonna balls to the wall, we're gonna go for it, and yada yada. And they played really hard, and you could see that they played really hard, playing with even more of a chip on their shoulder than they would otherwise, on top of the fact that it's a Bama LSU game.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is one of the
so
best rivalries in football. They keep trying to
absolutely.
say, even Alabama fans, you ask them, is Auburn more of a rival or is LSU? It's LSU. Because the atmosphere between these two teams, I don't care. Auburn, yeah, that's cute. All right, they're the little brother. But LSU and Alabama has there's blood. There's always blood. They've had once again they had two of the best teams ever back to back years. And I think my point is Ty Simpson didn't look good. And I watched the entire game, every single snap. Ty Simpson looked lost a little bit. He overthrew more throws than I've ever seen. He just didn't look good. And this is another Heisman frontrunner that we're looking at it. And Julian Sain takes another step up. But Ty Simpson didn't look like how I thought it was. I hear his name all year. I'm like, all right, let me watch a full game with Ty Simpson. He managed the game. He had a couple good balls, but I mean the score would have been a lot higher if he had nailed a couple of these passes. I'm talking 3 or 4 that if they had connected, LSU would be blown out. But yeah, it is a different because they're playing hard. Rivalry, you always play the hardest. LSU's defense, I think they still are good. I think LSU has a good defense. I think that's been seen, not always to the max, and especially against running quarterbacks. But they are capable of doing good things, but not when the offense just can't do anything. And I think that's the problem. I don't even know how much of this falls on Alabama's good defense. I think genuinely, if LSU just had a competent offense and could move the ball forward, it would be a closer game. So I think this whole week I'm more frustrated in the fact that I didn't expect to win this game. I'm more frustrated in the fact that they got close, and it's like, why would you even get close? I'd rather you get blown out. They make it close just so I can sit here and talk about how we could have won this game. So, anyways, Alabama, there's no concern. They're fine. I am really, really interested to see an A&M versus Alabama matchup. That's what I want to see because those are two teams that have different styles of play. Both have really good moments in the year. Both have maybe not a great moment in the year. Both with Heisman contender quarterbacks. So these are the kind of matchups that I really want to see. I don't want to see Georgia and Alabama. I don't want to see, Ole Miss and Alabama. I want to see Texas A&M and Alabama. Those are the two big dogs fighting for their spot right now, number 3 and number 4. So, end of that story. College football is heating up, guys. I told Alex before the episode, we're going to start really just talking about the CFP teams. If there's something we want to touch on with West Virginia, LSU, a couple other big games, sure. But the CFP is really starting to heat up. They have the CFP bracket now. They're starting to release that every week. And Alex, how many games do we have left? I think we have 3. Some teams have
I
2.
believe so, yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
sounds right.
we're getting to the thick of it, and who knows? There's going to be somebody that's going to lose down this stretch. That's going to be really big. So
We're looking forward to that, and we're also kind of looking forward to this NFL breakdown that we're gonna do. There was some good games.
yeah, I'm not excited.
Yeah, well, let's kick her off anyways. There's gonna be a theme here, by the way. Prime time Thursday night, Las Vegas, Denver.
I sentence you to 3 years of watching Broncos versus Las Vegas Raiders, and that's where you drop to your knees and go, "No, give me the electric
No,
chair."
no. Yeah, absolutely horrible game. I'm not even gonna talk about it because I don't.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Then we got Atlanta and
Wait,
Indy.
wait. I'm sorry. One thing. I texted Alex during this game. I'm watching this game for who the heck even knows why I'm watching this game. It's literally brain. It's one of those where you put it on the background as brain rot. I'm eating some dinner or something, and I'm just I'm on my phone playing Clash Royale, and I look up and I'm like, This game's horrible. I text Alex and I go, something's wrong here. Have we noticed that the Broncos have been in like 3 of the worst games of the season? The Broncos are good, dude. Their record really says they're good. They've been in some of the worst games this year, and Bo Nix has been like up and down. And Bo Nix is a guy that I can trust. I can rely on Bo Nix. You know, he's had some great moments. Why are they being involved in some of the worst games of all time? I mean, this game was miserable, but is it worse than the Jets game a few weeks ago? I can't tell. And then on top of that, they have one of the best wins of all time, but they scored all of their points in the fourth quarter. So this Broncos team is like sporadic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Quick little aside. How many trophies do you have in Clash Royale?
Guys, I have. So I've been fighting. I've been at the 500 thresholds for 3 months now, and I just keep going between 500 and 700. I have 5,686. But you know what's funny, Alex? I bet I have way more wins than you.
What's that?
That's just not a brag. So what? How many trophies do you have? Because you have a lot.
I have 8,200.
Yeah, you got 8,000. Wait, how do I find my wins? Here we go. How many battles have you won?
630.
630 battles?
633 battles won.
Alex, I've won 1,355. 1,355 battles. And I only have 5,000. I don't know if it's I mean I lose a lot, but it's also I didn't update my chest. So I didn't know the leveling thing when you upgrade a level. I didn't know you could open a chest and get new cards. So I'm playing with like the base cards. I'm rolling with Prince and Knight and like Valkyrie for like 5 years because I had this game since high school.
What deck are you running right now?
My deck's actually pretty good right now. I got Mega Knight.
Wait. Do you have any Evos?
Not in my deck, but I do have some evolutions. I got Mega Knight. I got the Bats for 2. I got the Knight for 3. The Suspicious Bush for 2. Hey, if no one got me, Suspicious Bush got me for real. Then I got the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Then I got Valkyrie. Then I got Goblin Barrel and Wall Breakers. And so far that combo is working for me pretty well. I might go 2 wins, 1 loss, but you know. So all I need to do is get to. I was so close to the benchmark, and it's not even funny, dude. And then I lost 400 one day within an hour, and then I've never been back since. So. Anyways, guys, you heard it here. I stink at Clash Royale. Apparently, I don't. I win a lot, but I lose a lot, so I don't know.
Hey, check your phone real quick.
You're my friend. You know that, right?
Are we?
Yeah, I think we're friends. What's your name?
My name?
Yeah, what's your name in Clash?
That's literally my name.
Oh, dude, we're already friends.
Are you Jukebox? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play after this.
Okay, deal. All right. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
We were talking about Clash. No, this is huge stuff. I mean, it's more important than the Broncos and Raiders. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, nothing you could say anything else is more important than that game.
Yeah, we could have started naming off recycling brands.
You're watching the game, your brain rotten. You pull open your Clash Royale, and then what, Brody?
Then I think to myself, I'm like, wow. I mean, this team genuinely stinks. This Broncos team. And wait. This is let me just pull this up. This is an 8-2 team. The Broncos have won 8 games. They are on top of the AFC right now. They look like one of the best teams up there with the Colts. They've been in some of the worst games this year. And I don't know if it's a coaching issue or a Bo Nix issue or just like hunch up and be scared little boy, you know, but that being said, they're still winning. But like I said, they played one of the worst games I've ever seen against the Jets. We didn't even want to talk about that. They played one of the worst games against the Giants. They looked horrible until the fourth quarter. Are the Broncos like good? Tell me.
I would say I would categorize them as the worst best team.
Yeah, I'd
you
get
know what I
behind
would categorize them as? And don't get mad at me here. Do you remember your Steelers? The Steelers that started out 11-0 that one year.
Oh, I won't get mad. Don't worry.
They feel exactly like that team.
That Steelers team that we're talking about, guys, we won 11 straight games, but in the first 5 games were elite. I mean, elite. Nobody expected Ben Roethlisberger to come out and they had this short pass thing going. And Randy Finchner was our offensive coordinator. He ended up being a terrorist. But yeah, so the whole point was they're getting the ball out fast. You got Chase Claypool, you got Juju Smith-Schuster. Things were working. And then like after 5 games, we started like barely winning games, and it was like anything could snap at any single moment. Is that how you feel about the Broncos?
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah, I agree. So, anyways, I don't want to think about that year. That was terrible.
Yeah,
Let's get to not some terrible games, Alex. Let's
yeah.
get to
Let's
those.
get to an interesting game. Let's go across the pond. Atlanta versus Indianapolis.
Good
This
game.
is the Jonathan Taylor game. This will forever be known as the Jonathan Taylor game. Jonathan Taylor scores three more touchdowns.
He's at 17
Has
now.
Yeah, he's had 240 rushing yards for this game. I believe he passes Edgerrin James for most touchdowns in a single season or all time. I'm
Wild.
not quite sure exactly what it is. Huge because Edgerrin James, one of the greatest running backs of all time. Daniel Jones doesn't play the perfect game, but does what he's supposed to do, I guess. And Jonathan Taylor carries the rest of the load. Uh, this kind of goes back to what we were saying last episode when we had our little Colts rant. Pay Jonathan Taylor quarterback money. He's the captain, okay? We're going to save the New York Giants Chicago game for the end. We're going to move over to Buffalo and Miami. What happened to that game? I mean, what the Dick Dockery do
Wild.
happened? I can't even explain it. Tua Tagovailoa,
What's
by all
No, I was just
means.
I don't know what happened, and it's not like Josh Allen had like this garbage game. I mean, he didn't
It
play
wasn't a
like
good game.
yeah, he didn't play like a superstar. But like you look at the box score and you're like, what happened? You know, and then we got Mike McDaniel, Mike McDaniel taunting Buffalo Bills fans down the street. Is this another game that keeps Mike McDaniel there, or does this change anything?
He's staying there throughout the season, regardless.
But is this another game where they actually look at his resume and they're like, yeah, I mean, he won that game. Does this help
uh,
him at all?
I don't know. So it's funny. Had they beaten Baltimore last week, which they didn't, wasn't even close.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people would look at this team differently.
yeah.
They'd
First
go,
half was close.
you look at they beat the shit out of Atlanta. They say you beat Baltimore and then you beat Buffalo. Those are three. I don't know if people think Atlanta is good. I'm still a believer that Michael Penix should not be starting for that team, but that's just me. Um, but I think people would go, that's three wins that nobody really expected you to win, and you did your job. Um, that puts them, I believe, at what, like 4-6 if they win that.
Yeah,
Very, very much in playoff contention still. I don't know. This is all without Tyreek Hill as well. I don't know. Mr. Dabpen on the sideline. He's got a job for the rest of the year. I can't tell you much past that, but what are you gonna do?
yeah.
We'll move over to Baltimore, Minnesota. Minnesota. Sorry. Uh,
Soda.
uh, Baltimore absolutely thrashes JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy, who goes, my alter ego is 9.
Yeah, is that 9 interceptions? Is that what he was going for?
Yeah, I mean, JJ McCarthy is the epitome. He sucks. He's so bad. He is
Yeah.
so bad. I'm so tired of people being like, just give him a chance. Just give him a chance. Just watch him. He's really good. He's a good running guy, too. He's not. He's not. Baltimore, people will be like, hey, JJ didn't play that bad. They beat the Lions last week. Not because of JJ. It wasn't because of JJ. The only JJ on that team worth a damn is Justin Jefferson Jettas. Okay? And I feel
Yeah.
bad for the sucker.
I feel really bad for him.
Baltimore's defense is horrible. Still, I understand they held Miami to 6. Big whoop, and I know we just praised Miami. Big whoop. Minnesota should be able to put up like at least a 25 burger
Yeah.
on the Ravens, but they're getting some garbage points at the end of the game. We're gonna make it close. No. It's just another terrible game. I'm not a JJ McCarthy believer. I usually steer clear of slandering players. I think it's rude. I think that's what traditional media does. JJ
Sometimes
McCarthy, I cannot stand watching you play football. You genuinely make me want to peel my eyes out. You are one of the worst white boy Rickies I have ever seen in my entire life. Get off the football field.
Hey, who
Sorry,
said
that was my alter ego. 27.
Oh, that's good. Hey, let's I'm gonna take a little charge here real quick.
Yeah, go for it, bud.
I want to call the next shot here, and I want to
Go
hear
for it.
your thoughts on it. We talked
Absolutely.
about Mike McDaniel not surviving. Let's talk about a coach that didn't survive the season, and let's touch on that game first. Okay, so
Well, so that's what I
go
was
ahead.
saving.
Go ahead. Okay, you want to save it?
Yeah, well, we can save it if you want. I don't. We can do it right now too. I'm happy. I'm in an interview form right now, brother.
Let's interview for him. Let's just do it. Bears Giants. Okay, obviously the Bears getting the W on this 24-20. there's a lot of issues with the Giants. We know that, right? A lot of injuries and things happening. So we're gonna go to Brian Dabble right now and have a sit down interview with him and ask him what he thought of this game, what he thinks of the season, the loss of Cam Scatabo. What do you think, Coach?
I mean, I blame this season on injuries. Uh, and it's a damn shame. People know my track record. People know I'm the man. Buffalo. I mean, I made Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the greatest quarterback ever because of me. Josh Allen was horrible, stupid Wyoming boy. Couldn't do shit without me, and I made him. And now look at Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart looks like Josh Allen right now, and that's all
So
because of me.
so I'm
Yeah, yeah.
gonna cut you off there. And Brian, I think you just got fired. I think for a multitude of reasons. I think you've been absolutely miserable in New York. I think you sat there to make a promise to make this team better. You ruined any chance of Daniel Jones becoming better. Jackson Dart is single handedly saving you. You're not doing anything for Jackson Dart.
Mm.
And on top of that, you haven't managed anything very well. I mean, you've got a lot of pieces on defense. You got a lot on the offensive line. And it's the same thing. So I think you're gone.
Yeah, so I just have a quick question first. Is Joe Shane coming with me?
Uh, you know what? I think you're on your. I think you're on your own for this one. I think you're gonna have to go find your own spot.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Joe Shane hasn't done a damn thing for the city of New York and these football giants. Every time I step out onto MetLife Stadium watching ACLs and MCLs and meniscuses getting torn, I gotta go back and see Joe Shane.
Yeah,
Look
that's
at
it.
me with that stupid smug son of a bitch face.
Yep.
And it's yeah, I vehemently disagree with this firing. It makes me upset. It makes me upset. Candidly, sorry, a scene, by the way. Uh,
I was like,
candidly,
are we still Brian
yeah,
Dabble
yeah.
over here?
I do not think that Brian Daboll should have been fired. I think he's really helping Jackson Dart. I think what's gonna happen is Joe Brady's gonna go get a job for the Buffalo Bills, the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach for Buffalo. And then Brian Daboll's gonna go back to Buffalo for 3 years. And then Brian Daboll's gonna get another coaching opportunity, and he's gonna do really good. People complaining that Daniel Jones, he didn't do good. Daniel Jones sucks. You and I agree on that too. Okay, this is not a Daniel Jones is terrible. Them taking Daniel Jones with the sixth pick in that draft, it was the moment when that franchise was doomed. Okay, um,
I think it was actually the boat picture, but yeah.
that I suppose that could be the case too. But Uh, no, I don't know why this is Brian Daboll's fault. Oh, we're gonna fire him because Russell Wilson sold the game after our surprising. Can't believe I'm saying this. That 9 games into his tenure, the franchise quarterback got hurt. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's blame Brian Dable.
I think
Let's blame Russell Wilson for. Here, I'll do my best Russell Wilson impersonation. Hospital ball, hospital ball. Throw in the ground. Throw in the
yeah.
ground.
I'm familiar with that.
Unlimited throws in the ground.
Unlimited diarrhea.
Unlimited. I
Yeah,
just I don't.
I think that this firing kind of is one of those like it's kind of like James Franklin for me. So I think James Franklin he was on his way out. I think no matter what James Franklin had the season kept going, I think he would have gotten fired at the end of the season. But it's kind of a freak out. Like, what do you do? You know, the Penn State really need to fire James Franklin at the moment. And I kind of think the same with Brian Dable. I think that Dable is. We talked about this earlier. Remember, like week 3, we were talking about. I said Brian Dable needs to be fired. He does. I don't think Brian Dable's a good coach at all. I don't know if you see anything in it. I don't see a thing in him. I don't think he's a good coach. I think he's had numerous things in New York City, and I think you'll have New York Giants fans. Like I have a couple friends that will probably believe in him, but I know that there's got to be some that are just fed up. Okay. I mean, this guy, he's dealt with injuries. I get it. He's dealt with some terrible quarterback play. He's dealt with some really bad conditions. So what? I don't know. Make the most of them. You got to try something at some point. And I know that not everything blames itself on coaching. I get it. But Brian Dable is just not a good coach. He's not a good fit for New York City. He'll probably go somewhere else. And like you said, he'll be a great coordinator and find himself another head coaching job. Maybe he'll be like Matt Rule, you know? Maybe he'll find some success otherwhere at another level. I don't think Brian Dable is a good coach. I just don't think his coaching fits New York Giants, and I think he's just had too many chances. That's how I put it. Now, that being said, firing him in the middle of the season, you know who that's going to hurt? Jackson Dart. That's going to hurt. I know Cam Scatabo isn't playing, but that's going to hurt Cam Scatabo. That's going to hurt this Giants team, who honestly is a pretty good defense. I mean, their defense is disappointing at times, but they've got some mean edge rushers. Okay, they got a nasty defensive front. Some of their defensive backs are okay. Banks is okay, but it's not like this is a dumpster fire of a team. It's really not. I think the Bears and the Giants are actually really comparable right now, and the Bears might look better at times, but I promise you, I think they're honestly some of the same level. And this is a team that beat up on an 8-2 Broncos team. Obviously, blew it in the fourth quarter. But there's not like this isn't a dumpster fire, and I think you'll agree with that. I don't know if this was the time to go. Oh, Daboll's out. Why not wait until the end of the season? Why?
Yes.
Why? Yeah,
Yeah, I completely disagree. I think Brian Dable's a really good coach.
I don't think he is. What? Okay, quick, because we'll move on after this. What do you see in his? What does he have to show? Give me statistical evidence of Brian.
Yes, I think about Brian Daboll getting Daniel Jones to the playoffs is tantamount to Tom Coughlin and Eli Manning winning the Super Bowl. Okay? How Brian Daboll got Daniel Jones to the playoffs with that roster in his first year, won a playoff game too, I believe, is crazy. I truly, in my heart of hearts, do not know how that happened. And then the next year, they struggled as everyone thought they would. Nobody thought the Giants, once they got to the playoffs, nobody was like, Giants are going to go back. The Giants are going to do it again. It's not, that's just not what it was. I don't think anybody believed Daniel Jones in New York, and anybody that did, I think, is high or stupid or one of the two. So for him to struggle with Daniel Jones, that makes sense to me. I don't understand how you're going to struggle. How many seasons have they not had Daniel Jones?
2 seasons now, right?
No.
1 year.
Daniel
1 year.
Jones was the starting quarterback at the beginning of last year.
He got hurt last year, didn't he?
Yeah. Or no, they released him. They got rid of him.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know who came in. It was Tommy DeVito probably for a minute. It was.
Yep.
I couldn't tell you. Now this is the first year. Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, Jameis Winston. The Giants think so lowly of Russell Wilson. Jameis Winston's going to be getting the start this week. Good for him. I think all of us are fans of Jameis Winston. If you're not a fan of Jameis Winston,
why don't they try it? You might as well.
But you could literally see Jackson Dart progressing week to week, making better decisions. You think about, yes, that Denver game, there's plenty of positives to take away from that game for that Giants game. However, one of the negatives is Jackson Dart had like a sub 50% completion percentage, I believe. Every game since then, and he still made decent decisions, didn't throw any interceptions or anything like that. There's been progress. Like the game against San Francisco last week, they lost 34-24. Putting up 24 points against San Francisco, by the way, is still an impressive feat. Jackson Dart, to me, had one of his best games. I thought he looked great. Jackson Dart against Chicago before he got hurt looked great. The Giants were in control of that game. The Giants were competitive with the 49ers for a little bit. The Giants should have won against Denver. The Giants did beat the Eagles. I think about since Jackson Dart has come in, you've literally seen him progress from this risky, ballsy quarterback, very bullish prospect, into the subtle beginnings of an NFL caliber starting quarterback. So I understand that Brian Daboll, maybe is he a great decision maker? Maybe not all the time, but he breathes life into that quarterback room, and that offense runs and dies with him. So that's really my thought process on all of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think the main part of this is, while I don't think Brian Daboll is a good coach, okay, I'm saying not a good coach as in, like, I think he can find success somewhere else. Let's put it that way.
Here,
he's a...
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think he's a good football mind and a bad decision maker? Because I can get behind you on that. You look at but what I think he
that is exactly what
offense,
it
is. What he brings to an offense and the intensity he brings to the entire team as a whole, I think that is enough for a good head coach. Is his decision making great?
Yeah, no, I that's a great way to put it. I think Brian Daboll he's a fiery guy. If you ever watch his interviews with his quarterbacks, like before the draft or whatever, he's firing things at the quarterback. He's a fiery guy. He brings, like you said, he breathes life into things. I just don't think he's running this specific football team well. And I don't think he makes decisions well as a head coach. There's a lot of guys like that we've seen in the NFL. Brian Flores is a really good defensive mind, right? Is he a top-tier NFL head coach when he was there? he had good moments, right? Brian Flores is a fiery guy. Can he carry the entire load, right? So my thing with Dable is he really does breathe life in the team. He's fiery. He builds culture, which is a great thing. I think this New York Giants team has a completely different culture than it was 4 years ago. And the Giants culture was trashed. I mean, bad. Ever since Odell Beckham left, that the Giants team has just been through a lot, and I get it. My only thing is the decision making, right? There are those games where the Broncos, it's like it's kind of inexcusable. It's a defense, I get it, but it's also like that. Where does that blame go, right? The head coach, just like Mike Tomlin just lost at the Steelers. I'm blaming Mike Tomlin. Aaron Rodgers had his worst game of the season. At what point do I go, Mike Tomlin is making zero changes? There's nothing being changed, right? Jackson Dart is saving Dable's season. That is the only reason I think he's made it this far. And now Brian Dable, through his resume with the Giants, 9-7 and 1 with the tie. 2 playoff game appearances, 1 win that year. Great year. The following year, disappointment, 6-11. Okay. Last year, complete failure. Obviously, we talked about injuries. Daniel Jones not working out. Tommy DeVito coming in, 3-14. And now we're 2-8. Now, this team has had some decent wins. They've had some what looked like should have been decent wins that may have been blown. I don't think all the blame goes to Brian Dable. I think this should be Joe Schoen. I think this should be some of the organization. I think the organization is worse than Brian Dable. However, who's the first to go in those decisions? It's the head coach, because it's so easy to blame the head coach, which I don't think is fair. But at the end of the day, they are the ones that get the most publicity. They're the ones that are on TV. So I just think it's an unfortunate circumstance, and I think he'll find success somewhere else. But he's going to have to get past this whole, I want to say, like, aura loss. He's lost a lot with this Giants team, and I do think it's an overreaction. Why don't you wait to the end of the season? I think it's going to hurt Jackson Dart. I don't think it's going to help the team any, right? Because he does bring a good intensity, and now he's fired, and players are like, well, there it goes, So I think it sucks, but whatever. You wrap up, then we'll move on real quick.
I'll say the guy who I think is comparable to him is Robert Saleh. Very similar.
Yeah.
I think Robert Saleh is probably, it's funny, Brian Flores is a great comp as well. Those are like some of the best defensive minds to me.
Yeah.
And I think also just being in the New York market sucks. It sucks. It's such a rewarding feeling when you win, because it's the hardest place to win.
Yeah.
But it is horrible otherwise.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good way to put a bow on that. Let's talk about our other New York team while we just wrap up this breakdown. The New York Jets, after trading away everybody and getting their future actually kind of solidified a bit, miraculously win against Dylan Gabriel.
Put in Shedeur at this point. What are we doing?
Honestly.
I don't like Shedeur Sanders, and I don't think he's going to bring anything. But why are we still sticking with Dylan Gabriel? What's the point?
I like Shedeur Sanders, by the way, just so we're clear.
I just don't think he's going to be good an NFL quarterback. I don't care. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. I don't think he's going to be a good NFL quarterback. I don't think he was great at Colorado. Sue me. You know what I'm saying? And this isn't even like a Shedeur problem. I think this is a Browns problem. What the heck is he going to do for the Browns? Wait. What are the Browns going to do for Shedeur Sanders? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're going to throw to Jerry Jeudy and Harold Fannin and Cedric Tillman.
Hey, man, 4 years ago, Jerry Jeudy's world-breaking. What happened? Anyways, the Browns happened. Keep going, yeah.
Yeah, we'll move on. One of the bigger games of the week, New England versus Tampa Bay. Drake May is the man, and I think he actually has a decent shot at winning MVP. Baker Mayfield played pretty well, but lack of weapons with Mike Evans not being there. Chris Godwin. Emeka Ibuka played pretty well. Stephon Diggs scored a touchdown himself to match Emeka Ibuka. Great game, 28-23 Patriots. Just built too much of a lead for the Bucks to come back. New Orleans, Carolina. Don't want to talk about it. 17-7. New Orleans beats Carolina after Carolina beat Green Bay. Bryce Young. What happened, brother? Come on, man. Jacksonville, Houston. Liam Cohen. Welcome to the Trevor Lawrence experience, where you will be on the biggest roller coaster of your life, except the roller coaster doesn't go above 40 feet in the air, and the roller coaster goes 80,000 feet underground. Welcome to Jacksonville.
You know what's funny? They will fire, I'm just saying this right now, they will fire Liam Cohen before they get rid of Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, probably.
And that's upsetting.
It's because Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be the prophet. He's back. John Elway has returned. Andrew Luck is here. No, Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence actually, I think the one thing that he needs right now is some Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Mac Jones treatment. Okay, and I think that would actually suit him quite a bit. I do feel bad. Davis Mills in place for C.J. Stroud comes back. They win 36-29, and Texans get the job done against Jacksonville. Arizona, Seattle. Seattle's good.
Yeah.
Seattle's really good. Jackson Smith-Njigba furthers his number one wide receiver in football campaign. Plays really well. 40-yard touchdown on the opening drive for Seattle, and I believe it was 35-0 at half. It might have been 35-7. I don't know. Seattle steamrolls the Cardinals. Los Angeles, San Francisco. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Golly, the Rams are good too, man. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams, Matthew Stafford all get the job done. Christian McCaffrey and Mac Jones try and muster up whatever they can. George Kittle tries to do his best, but that Rams offense is too damn good. And that's really all there is. Detroit, Washington. This game was chalked before it even started. Everybody knew Detroit was going to put up 40 in this game, and they sure did. Washington didn't look bad for having a backup quarterback in. But again, what are you going to do? Detroit just ran all over the field. Pittsburgh, Los Angeles Chargers. Brody, I'll let you touch on this here in one moment. I'm just going to point out one thing before we do. Nobody's going to watch these Europe games, okay? They're just not going to get the viewership that people expect them to. Otherwise, that wasn't a bad game. I will say that. It wasn't a bad game. Here are our primetime games. Las Vegas, Denver, Philadelphia, Green Bay, Pittsburgh, Steelers, Chargers.
Hey, guess what? That's two 10-7 games. Yeah. And then the other one was historically boring.
It was 3-25 with like 5 minutes left, right?
Yeah, and also the Chargers didn't really like open that score up until like the third quarter. So the first half was just a total snooze fest. Yeah.
So, welcome to the NFL football. This is usually where it starts to get really good. No.
Well, so yeah, before we move on, let's talk about. I mean, we talk about the Eagles, same old, same old. The offense is just so whack. I don't understand it. The defense played great though. They're just whack. Now the Steelers go and beat the Colts. Okay. Now we talked about the Colts aren't really one of the best teams in the NFL. I don't believe they are. A little bit of fraudulent, right? But they still have the pieces to be great. As long as Jonathan Taylor's going, right? 244 yards or whatever this week. 30 last week? And they lose. So as long as I get him going, it's perfect. The Steelers, what happened? The Steelers are now sandwiched. A terrible loss to Green Bay, who was just held to 7 points. You beat the brakes off the Colts. And then you get smashed in primetime football from the Chargers, and the Chargers didn't look great. I don't know if you were evaluating this game, and I was some sort of scout writing my notes. This isn't like an A+ for the Chargers. The Chargers honestly should have, the way the Steelers were playing, should have put up more. But the defense for the Steelers played pretty well, right? But what is it with LSU I talked about? You know when I said the defense is on the field constantly? That's what happens. That's what happens. You get run down. I mean, and you get those crappy spots on the field where now your defense is taken over on the opposite 40-yard line, and they have to defend 40 yards, and they automatically get a field goal. So it's just, I mean, Aaron Rodgers played the worst game of football I have ever seen him play. Okay, this is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever throw the football. This is Hall of Fame Aaron Rodgers. What the? I mean, and this is like a couple weeks ago, we're like, Unc Rodgers is back. Mario jump. He looked horrible. I texted Alex during the game. I said, put in Will Howard. What's to lose? Let me see what Mason Rudolph's got. I mean, Aaron Rodgers looked miserable. This is the kind of guy that it's like Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan could probably still shoot a free throw if you ask him to. Like, hey, Mike, go shoot a free throw. He's the kind of guy that, like, he'll make the free throw. The same thing with Aaron Rodgers. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, like, you're 50 years old. Throw a 50-yard bomb. I expect Aaron Rodgers to just go 50 or down the field, right? Perfect pinpoint. That's what I expect. I expect Aaron Rodgers to at least throw the ball well, right? Offensive line, I know he can't move as well. He's an older guy. I get it. What happened? Alex is missing receivers part of his game. It's certainly not. It certainly never has been. And on top of this, one thing. Steelers are already gone. We're trying to maybe score a touchdown. Trying in the third quarter, fourth quarter, top of the fourth quarter, whatever. Here we go. Get the first down, right? Calvin Austin, because DK is being like doubled and tripled, so there's no option to throw to DK Metcalf because Steelers have no other weapons except the tight end they traded Minka Fitzpatrick for. So now it's who do you throw the ball to? Aaron Rodgers, perfect slant, first down to Calvin Austin. Calvin Austin hits his hands, bounces into a defender's lap, and it's an interception. I said, all right, night, Dad. I'll see you in the morning. That was it. I didn't finish the game. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. And after we just beat number one team in the NFL, so Mike Tomlin. I'm out for Mike Tomlin's head. I love Mike Tomlin. I think he's been amazing for this franchise. I think he's done so much. They're not going to get rid of this dude. He's going to stay there forever, and we're going to be mediocre until forever. And life sucks. So go ahead, Alex.
I'm still laughing at the. Well, good night, Dad.
That's literally it's catch interception. I go, okay, night, Dad. See you in the morning. I put my chair down. Roll up the blanket real nice. Put it down. Yep, go to bed. That's it. I didn't even try. I'm like this isn't worth it. I'm the biggest Steelers fan in the world. No, it's not happening. So
yeah, tough luck for the guys. I didn't watch the game. I had zero interest in watching this game. After our primetime Thursday night game, which I also didn't watch, I was just like, I don't really want to watch the Pittsburgh Steelers play this right now. To be completely honest,
yeah,
the Chargers don't really get it up for me. I'm sorry, it's the analogy I keep using. I'm just saying.
Yeah. By the way, Justin Herbert doesn't look great. He looked great to start the season. He's had some moments this season that's been like, whoa, this guy, Justin Herbert's finally the QB1 we wanted to be all the time.
He's really good at football.
Yeah, he didn't look great in this game. I don't think the Chargers looked great. I just think this, once again, it's the same thing with LSU. It's like, if they had just produced on offense, it'd be a close game. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, guys, that's enough sports talk for today.
Yeah,
Alex?
That's enough football. Actually, hold on, wait. Here's our, the NBA update. Basketballs are being dribbled.
Yes, sir. College basketball's in the air, huh?
Basketballs are going through the net.
Nothing but net. Okay, guys. So we're gonna switch over to music here, okay? Because we love music so much. Let's talk about the Grammys. Alex, the Grammys were just the nominations were just put out. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to talk about a couple of these. Give me your opinion. There's a bunch I haven't even heard of, so we're just going to do our best to guess and talk about what we have seen. Can you see this, Alex?
Yes, I can.
Okay, guys. General field here. We'll just talk about some of the big ones. Record of the year. We've got Bad Bunny. We've got Sabrina Carpenter. We've got Doechii, Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga, Kendrick Lamar with SZA, and Chappell Roan, and Rosé with Bruno Mars. Okay, my rundown on this, just real quick. I haven't listened to a whole lot of Bad Bunny. He's headlining the Super Bowl this year. A lot of it is in a different language that I don't speak. But I know he's one of the most popular artists globally. I haven't given this one a fair shot, to be honest. It's just not my kind of music, and that's okay. I'm interested to see if this is going to win. I mean, I'm genuinely interested because it has a lot of hype behind it. There's a lot of
the Latin song.
Yeah. It's like
the Latin
it's got.
I like it. I think it's a good song.
Yeah. So I just think that. I think that this could win because I think it has a lot of hype behind it. He's very popular right now. Who I think should win is I think Sabrina Carpenter should sweep. And I'm not like some huge Sabrina Carpenter fan either. I'm not the kind of person that's like, Sabrina Carpenter, like I'm not going to go see her live shows. Her production is awesome. Jack Antonoff. The songwriting and production is phenomenal, and it's very reminiscent of like 70s and 80s, like ABBA, different things in the 80s, ELO from the 70s. It's great production-wise, and I have a producer mind, so I always think about it like that. Man-Child is a great song, obviously. Really? Anxiety? If this wins, I'll be angry. Okay, I know it was popular, but let's just remember that this whole entire song is not... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Anxiety, I'm not a fan of. I actually like Doechii. I liked her last album.
Yeah, Doechii has some extreme, like, cool vibes, I'll say, about her. Something different. That's what I'm saying. Anxiety, like, this is the one we choose.
However, of all the songs that you could have picked for Sabrina, why this one? Why is this the song?
It's probably because it was the lead single.
It's so boring. I hate this song.
That's not true.
No, it is.
It's not true. It's not true. Man-Child is a great song. It's not the best song in the album, though. I agree.
Goodbye is the best song on the album.
Goodbye is great. But see, that's the last song on the album. I don't think it was released as a single. It just doesn't get the promotion that Man-Child, you put out Man-Child, that's the first song she puts out since Short and Sweet. So everybody's like Man-Child, and then it was played on the radio a bunch. Why do you think Anxiety is nominated? I don't know why it is, but I know because everybody used it as a freaking TikTok trend. Also, it's not even her song. You know, obviously, Anxiety is her song, but the entire background, and I know that's sampling, whatever, that's cool. This is a weird pick for me. Wildflower by Billie Eilish. people were upset last year. I don't know if you were, Alex, about Billie Eilish not winning album of the year because a lot of people thought she
Billy,
should have won.
Wildflower should win. Wildflower's my winner.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think about last year when she didn't win for Birds of a
Uh,
Feather? Or
I don't like. See, it's funny. I don't like Birds of a Feather. I think it's so basic.
hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, it definitely is a little on the basic side.
that album. I don't think Birds of a Feather was she trying. Was Hit Me Hard and Soft the album up for album
Yeah,
of the year last year?
yeah,
Really?
it was. Yes, it was, and she ended up being beat by Cowboy Carter. So
That ass.
yeah,
I don't
Cowboy
keep up with
Carter.
the Grammys. I think it's a glorified like pick me contest.
It's terrible. And as we are seeing, I hope some of our watchers are watching this and there's some great music on here. Everybody has different tastes. That's the best thing about music is that everybody can like something different. Like me and Alex have completely different music palettes, but we also can come together on so many different things. And I love it. I love learning about I'm going to go down this list and like listen to a lot of these songs that I haven't heard. I've heard a lot of them. But Luther, I need to listen to this. I need to listen
You've
to this.
never listened to Luther?
I've heard snippets of it, but I need to like actually sit down and listen to it. I need to listen to
Do
the
you know
Bad
who
Bunny
it
song.
samples? Do you know who it
Who does
samples?
it who does it sample?
Luther Vandross.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I have heard this. By the way, phenomenal voice.
Yeah.
Absolutely buttery voice. The
Well,
Subway by Chapel Roan.
I'm iffy
And
on
then
that one. I don't think it's a bad song. I don't think it should be up for Song of the Year. I
I
don't want
think
to listen to Apata ever again. Okay,
it's
That
weird.
song
I
drives me
thought,
insane.
don't you think? I thought The Giver. I think that's a better song than The Subway.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah, I don't. I didn't know that this was. And once again, it's just I don't know who's picking these. Apata, I could have sworn was last year though. I know it's one
No,
of those cutoff dates. I could have sworn it's been out for, almost a year now. Um, Anyways, yeah, that it's catchy. It's very catchy. This also there's an interesting from a music theory nerd standpoint. This melody and chord structure has been used in countless songs, like the same thing, kind of like "Physical" by Olivia Newton-John. It's one of those that's been used over and over, but obviously they're not going to copyright it because it's just widely
what
known
is
as
it?
something to use. I don't know. You have to look it up. Look up. There's a breakdown on a video, but we'll move on. Album of the year. Okay, Bad Bunny. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I'm just going to fail if you want to try.
Give me a second. Let me look. Go. Let me read it. Let me read it. Debe ter más fotos.
There you go. Yeah. Also, do we really think Swag should have been nominated for Album of the Year?
Bieber's.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. But you remember when we were talking about our top
Yeah.
5 artists? I gave Bieber some love.
Yeah. I know you said, but this isn't even your favorite stuff.
Out of
Like,
off of I think this is some of his best work.
really, I've heard the exact opposite from other. I don't think it's bad. Once again, I'm not a Justin Bieber super fan, so like a lot of Justin Bieber stuff, it's pretty comparable for me. It's not bad at all. I just don't. I've heard the exact opposite.
I think what people were wanting were to go back to their glory days when they were in high school and jizz their pants. I think that's what people wanted. Okay.
Yeah, they want
I
more
want to
baby
see.
man.
I want to hear him sing super high and use really instrumentals. Please, please, please. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to do that, bro. I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. Man's Best Friend. I'm sorry. Once again, I think this is the most complete album. Don't you
Yeah,
think so?
I have to see the rest of the list. I love the album. I just don't think Manchild's that good. That's
Yeah.
not my
No,
favorite song.
I could totally. I understand that. I think the album's phenomenal. I think top to bottom. I think it's a great album. I think it's way better than Short and Sweet. I know it might be controversial. Let God Sort 'Em Out. Pusha T, Malice, Clips. I haven't listened to that.
I'm not a Pusha T guy.
Haven't listened to this. Mayhem by Lady Gaga. There's a lot of. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of Lady Gaga fans in this world. I just think she's cringe, and I know that's like I don't know. I just think she's like everything with Abracadabra and everything she does. Are we really going back to the Lady Gaga thing? I'll probably get hate for that. Not like anybody's watching this. Kendrick Lamar album. Do we think Kendrick Lamar will bring home album of the year?
So here's what we're gonna talk about here. I don't know if you're familiar with the Drake Kendrick rap beef. But
Yes, Alex. I believe I'm. Are you talking to me or are you talking to general?
I'm speaking specifically to you.
Alex, I have ears and eyes. I'm very aware of.
Yeah,
of the
okay,
beef.
but so when I say familiar, I mean I'm talking about like, do you know like the details and everything? So what I'm about
Yeah.
to say.
Oh wait, my headphones died.
La la la. You guys got to hear me double there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so when I say if you're familiar, do you remember one of the opening lines of a verse for one of Drake's diss tracks?
Are you asking me?
Yes, that's why
So
I'm asking
so
for
okay.
familiarity.
So here's my rundown, Alex. and this is the only time I'm ever going to cuss on this podcast. Who gives a I don't care. Okay, I'm just gonna say it right now, and I don't know who needs to hear this. You need to hear this. Who cares? Diss track this. The only reason I don't think Kendrick Lamar should have won for Not Like Us last year. I think that's stupid. I think he has way better songs than Not Like Us. The only reason he shouldn't have won for that. That won Record of the Year and Song of the Year. You're telling me that was the best song last year from a songwriting standpoint? No. Like, come on. And especially when you've got so many artists. Like last year was a huge year. Sabrina Carpenter, Chapel Roan. I don't even think Olivia Rodrigo was nominated last year. It throws me off, and I think that Kendrick Lamar has some really great stuff, some different stuff, some things that are, as a rapper, I actually enjoy his rapping style. However, and we've talked about this. I think that's a joke, and I don't care. I don't care about him and Drake's beef. Who cares? Okay, that is so old, right? Drake's corny. Okay, Kendrick Lamar's feeding into it, and I have friends that like are Drake stands too. That are like, they need to stop hurting Drake's feelings. Shut up. All right. So no offense, I don't really want to talk about it. I mean, you could talk about it if you really want to. I just think it's stupid when they're like, so the details of the beef, right? Sorry. So go ahead.
Yeah, so the opening line for his third verse in Family Matters, Drake says, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now. Implying.
Oh, oh, oh my gosh! He really said that? Oh, no way! Oh, he got him good. He got him good. Like, what do you want me to say, Alex? This is the kind of I just want us to grow up here and realize how dumb this is. Okay, you're grown men. Who cares? Literally,
No,
who
but
cares? Go ahead.
it's supposed
Sorry.
No, the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of people think that no matter what Kendrick makes, he's gonna get a Grammy for it.
Yeah, he has gotten a lot of recognition.
So him being nominated for this, I don't hate the album. I don't think he deserves a Grammy for this. Mutt by Leon Thomas is so good.
Really, I need to
It's
listen to this.
so good. And then Chromacopia has a couple really good hits. I like Saint Chroma's good. What's it called? I can't remember the name of it.
So
There's the really popular one by him and Lola Young. Like him. Okay.
yeah,
Then there's Darling Eyes really good. Sticky's good.
he's
I Hope
got
You
with
Find Your Way Home's good.
he's got Balloon with Dochi. So here's my question. Um, Tyler the Creator is different, and I'm not gonna say that I'm a Tyler the Creator fan. I'm just not a rap fan, you know that. But I try to absolutely like listen to things because I want to be knowledgeable or I want to hear what the rave is, right? Where would you put this album? Because 4 in a row now he's had well, he had Call Me If You Get Lost, which I don't think that got any nominations. I could be wrong. Then he has Chromacopia. Now he just had Don't Tap the Glass. That's obviously not eligible for this year. But where do you think this falls as far as like some of his best stuff? Is this Tyler's, best stuff, or is it kind of just like average for you? Is it album of the year worthy?
Is it album of the year worthy? Sure. I don't think it's like his best stuff. I think for me, I was a big fan when he was like super abrasive and flagrant,
Mhm.
but he's not nearly as much as that like now. I think Igor's probably his best album.
That got a lot of attention too. I mean, I listened all the way through. Yeah,
But
I don't
love
know.
Chromacopia. I really do.
I know this got a
I
lot of hype this last year.
Yeah, I also like what's it called? Call Me If You Get Lost. Really good as well.
Okay, moving on. Song of the year. It's kind of the same thing. There's Apatow again. Hey, Christopher Brody Brown, Bad Bunny.
Bob Bunny.
So I just want you to see, like, it's so funny to me, all of these names. So Alex and I we like to write songs, produce, whatever. And I always think back to, music used to be a lot simpler. Not form-wise. It used to be simpler made, right? There wasn't as many names, right? Now, this is no shame to artists. This is how it works. An artist like Sabrina Carpenter is probably handed 50 songs, and they choose the best one for her, and it's one that really works, right? And then it's made, it's great. That's cool. But it's just funny to me when I see, like, you go on this list, and I remember back to when Beck won Album of the Year, and Beyonce, Beck won that year, and you look at the song credits for everything and who wrote it. Beyonce's got a billion people just listed underneath. All songwriters, producers, whatever helped her get along the way. And that's a very popular album, good album. Very controversial that it didn't win. And then you look at Beck's album credits, and like almost all of it is by Beck. And it's like, I think that's cool. I think that's cool, and I think it's cool to have multiple songwriters. And I think it's also cool to, like Alex knows this, to just write your own stuff. To really like be in it and like this is my stuff. I'm putting it out, right? I wish we saw more of that. I mean, look at Anxiety has a very small. Now, obviously, the song is sampled, but has a very small credit here. So does Abracadabra.
Well,
There's certain artists
go
that are
look at
really involved. Go
go
ahead.
look at Wildflower.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that'll just be Billie Eilish and Phineas. Yeah, I mean that's cool. They do all of their stuff together, and the fact that they're brother and sister is like, I think that's genius, and I think that's really cool. Can we get back to that? I love that. You know what I'm saying?
You know me. There's certain I just got over the auto tune phase. I'm finally like I'm content. I'm okay with like I don't care if people use it anymore. I'm such like a music purist. Well, I will like I'm sure you're the same way. I don't really want to. I only want to do music that I write.
Yeah. Well,
Like
I totally get it. This is, and it's very controversial to say this, but you'll agree, and we understand this. There's two perspectives here, and none of them are wrong. Music is subjective. We all understand that. Everybody enjoys different things. That's totally cool. That's why music is so beautiful. But my thing is like, if you were to write a song and you had somebody else perform it, that's great. I think there's people that make livings off of that. That's how Taylor Swift got her start being a songwriter. That's amazing. Songwriting is a great art. But there's something special about like having, hey, I made this. Let's put it into form and you actually see it come to life versus like, and I love country music. I love country music. It's the same thing. Country music is very formulaic. Hey, why don't we pump out, 30 songs on this next album? How many of those were written by the artist? Now they have their name by them. Like we have Sabrina Carpenter here for songwriters. I guarantee you, Amy Allen and Jack Antonoff wrote majority of the song. Sabrina Carpenter absolutely has input and ideas, 100%. Don't even doubt that. But it's almost like this the current artists that we have now, Chappell Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, Billie Eilish is different. Just the way she does things with her brother. It's like it's not really like almost like the production on the album. How much did Sabrina Carpenter like? You look back at 2010s with a Katy Perry. How much did Katy Perry do on the album other than sing? And I think part of that, I think the producers just deserve a lot of credit, right? And I think that when you have a bunch of songwriters, a bunch of producers, let's give them some more credit, right? Because although your voice carries, your voice is what the artist is what people care about, right? Some of these songs we've heard over the past 20 years, they're some of the biggest songs we'll ever hear. The producer, Benny Blanco. So many people were so dumbfounded to learn that Benny Blanco had written some of their favorite hits, right? And some of mine, I was like, I didn't know idea he wrote this, right? He didn't even get in the spotlight really until he started dating and eventually married Selena Gomez. Like, why wasn't he put more to the forefront, right? It's because he's a producer. It's because he's made a really good living and trust me, he's fine. But you know what I'm saying? I think it's funny how all these guys get the credit and all these girls and guys get credit. And it's like, what about the guys that like actually put in so much work? You know what I'm saying, Alex?
absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll touch a few more categories here. Best new artist. I think this is severely disappointing. I think this is one of the worst best artists lists I've ever seen in the past, especially in the past couple years. I mean, Lola Young, I guess. I don't know. Addison Rae.
Olivia Dean should be the win.
Addison Rae, really? Yeah, I've heard good things about Olivia Dean. One of my friends said that too.
Or Leon Thomas.
I don't get somber. Do you get somber?
How could
Can we go back to be? I don't get it. He seems like a cool guy. I don't get it. I don't understand the sound that really makes him popular. That's fine. Producer of the year. Funny enough, Jack Antonoff. He's already won this like 2 or 3 times. He's not on here, and he produced Man's Best Friend. I honestly can't believe he's not on this. Anyways, Amy Allen, just look at the list that she's written, and this is just this year. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's absolutely wild. She wrote with Shabuzi and Sierra Farrell, and then she turns around and she's doing Bruno Mars, she's doing Sabrina Carpenter, John Bellion. Like, it's her credits are insane. If you guys don't know her, go look her up. So yeah, all that good stuff. Then we have so many things, all the pop solo performances. I really think that Lady Gaga or Sabrina Carpenter will actually do really well at these Grammys. So let's go back here and let's just wrap up here. So I think there's a lot of great things about the Grammys. I think there's people hate the Grammys now, and I think they kind of deserve some of that hate because they've ruined it to a point. But I think it's still very important to pop culture as a whole and our culture, and I think I think it's still important. Don't you agree with that? It's sad to me when I say, "Hey, the Grammys are out," and I talk to people and they're like, "The Grammys still exist," and it's like, "Yeah, dude, like But I understand why.
I think the Grammys are the stupidest thing ever.
They shouldn't be. That's the thing. They shouldn't be. 30 years ago, the Grammys are huge, right? 20 years ago, you have Steely Dan beating Eminem for Album of the Year. Biggest win of all time. You should go listen to that album if you haven't. Two Against Nature. Phenomenal album from Steely Dan. It was later in the career. But that kind of stuff, like, that's cool, right? Just to see Eminem and Steely Dan in the same category, right? Or, hey, you remember when they actually televised the Rock Awards? Or they like, actually included jazz or even Latin, right? All of these other things, they don't even televise them anymore, right? It's only what they want to slop to the front, what they think people will come running to. And the funny part is, I don't think people come running to this anymore, right? You're a music lover, and I don't even think this is not at the top of your priority list to watch the Grammys.
I haven't watched the Grammys in a decade.
Yeah, I think it's funny, and I think they lose a lot of people. Now they're never going to stop. They make enough money to do whatever they want. They still drive viewers in, but I think they lose people. You know what I'm saying? And I still think the Grammys are extremely important, and it's a good thing for our culture. But I think we said a lot of good things here. But you know, it's just how we feel.
I get so upset because there's songs that are just like some of the like, best things that I've ever heard in my life. So there's this song that Ray dropped, British singer songwriter, called "Where's My Husband." Talk about layers, details, every aspect of it, writing. It's truly in my heart of hearts one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life. Why is Apata?
Yeah, it's a popularity contest.
I just can't, and it really frustrates me. It really frustrates me. I don't understand why we can't credit. I think it should be based on how good the music is. Best single. Well, was it? I I think I think everybody, and I mean everybody, could name a song that they enjoy better than every option on the best singles list. I'm sure everybody could name 10 songs
Yeah.
that came out this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. And this sweatshirt that I'm wearing is Mammoth. I don't know if you ever listened. It's Eddie Van Halen's son. Phenomenal musician. I saw him live last year. Ridiculous. He's currently him and Greta Van Fleet for me and Dirty Honey. Those are the three big rock groups I currently listen to. Greta Van Fleet, one of my favorite groups of all time. And what's funny is Greta Van Fleet, they did really well when they first came out with their EP. They were nominated for Rock Album last year. But who did they get beat by? They get beat by like the Foo Fighters or like the Rolling Stones 70th anniversary album collection. Or like AC/DC was nominated 2 years ago for and this is no hate to these classic rock groups. I love classic rock. Stop. Get out of the limelight. You're not gonna, I don't want to hear 70-year-olds, trying to win a rock album of the year. But even on top of that, who are they putting in the front? Young blood. Not that I have anything against him. I think he's got a cool voice. Why? It's like they pick these rock artists, and I'm talking about the rock category specifically. They pick these artists and they just put them to the front as if actual rock fans love these dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you might like them as critics. What are the fans like? You know what I'm saying? What are people actually listening to? And it's sad because I do think like Mammoth, Greta Van Fleet, Dirty Honey, all phenomenal groups, and they're doing great things, and they continuously failed to get recognized. Just like you said, Alex. I also think Lauren Spencer Smith. I listen to Lauren Spencer Smith a lot. Very similar to something like Adele, right? I think it's like, why aren't they getting credit? But it's just, I don't know. It's a waiting game. It's a name game, popularity contest. So
Could you imagine if this dropped and the Grammys are in this? That's Chopin, by the way.
Yep, beautiful.
And somebody dropped Hot Cross Buns in the same year, but Hot Cross Buns was bumping.
People moving to the club. You got the ankles starting to come out. What?
I'm starting to see collarbone and
yeah, you're starting to see collarbone. Maybe a little shoulder action. Maybe my wig came off.
Mr. Van Buren starts popping a little Woody. Oh yes, one hot cross buns. What is it? One something, hot cross buns. Oh yes, the buns are hot and crossed indeed.
Yeah,
oh.
Meanwhile you have Generational Run by Chopin, or even like you get to the Tchaikovsky years, or we have freaking Bach, who wrote like 1 billion pieces.
Yeah.
Mozart, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like
you have no idea how good Chopin was.
Yeah. So, anyways, music has always been subjective. It's just funny how And I'll say one thing to close, Alex, and I promise I'm done. But I want to hear your opinion on this. There's more options to listen to music than there ever has been. I think that is a wonderful thing. I think it's great. I think Alex can go listen to the opposite end of the spectrum. I can go to the opposite end of the spectrum. We can meet in the middle and go, hey, have you heard this? No. Have you heard this? No. I'll go check it out. Hey, we both like this. Let's listen to this. That is wonderful. It's a beautiful thing. That's a reason that music is a language. It truly is. It's a language that everybody can understand. On the other hand, it hurts. It hurts a lot of society to not be able to connect on anything. Okay, and I'm not being an old head here, but my parents tell me stories. My dad raised me on great music. They watched and they listened to some of the same stuff. You know, you go to school the next day. Hey, did you hear this song? Right? Like, oh, great, dude. Right? Like one of my favorite groups. Did you watch this on Channel 4 last night? Yeah, of course I did, man. I waited all night for it. That kind of stuff I reminisce about. I wish I was there to experience that stuff because you talk about the same things. When you had the 70s, the top 40, the countdown, it's the top 40 songs that everybody knew them. Everybody's listening to them. Who the heck listens to radio anymore? Me and my dad do. We listen to Sirius XM when he's in his car, and it's for the like the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s.
70s on 7.
Yeah, it's for the classic channels, right? People don't listen to current radio. It's all on streaming, and that's fine. Things have changed, but you know what I'm saying? I wish there was some unity, and it's kind of sad to me, you know?
Yeah, no, this is funny. I'm performing in opera this weekend, and the song that will be on in my car the second I get out of the opera will probably be like, I don't even know, probably like Pharrell.
Hey, pull up your Spotify and play a song right now. First of all, Message in a Bottle is on mine. What's yours?
What are you talking about?
If you went to, Message in a Bottle is what's playing right now, but I'm gonna click play on my like songs and I'm gonna see what's gonna play. Let's see. Just play your like songs.
I'm just okay. Let me switch out. No, that's my regular play. That's my T-Rex playlist.
Dude, I was gonna say his music reminds me of your music, by the way.
Thank you.
Like seriously.
Matt Maltese. I'll take it as a compliment. Kid Leroy.
Kid Leroy. Okay. Let's see if I press play. Oh, got Van Halen, Cabo Wabo.
Go to your next one.
Okay. I Ain't Coming Back with Post Malone and Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen.
Oh, let's go. What is that? Wait. Let's show me. Wait, what is it?
Chasing You.
Chasing You.
But then next song, Trippie Redd and Juice WRLD.
Hey, what's my most recent like song? Mr. Electric Blue by Benson Boone. By the way, Benson Boone, people love to hate on him. The guy's got a killer voice. And actually,
I know. I don't understand why anybody makes fun of him for Mystical Magical. Okay,
it's a good song.
Everybody complains about I want original music. That's as original as it gets. Okay, that is as original as it gets. If you're gonna make fun of people for not making original music, and then it's not a bad song either. It's catchy.
Oh yeah, it's really good. If it's so bad, then why is everybody playing it? Why did he have a crumble cookie deal with Moonbeam Ice Cream? You know, it's one of those, and it's what's so funny. He knows it. He knows it, and he plays it so well. He's such a comedian, dude. I think he should have been nominated for something. I think I just listened to his album actually on the way to when I'm going for the first down on my way to meet Alex and Sarah. I listened to the album on the way there. Really good, actually. I actually really enjoyed his album, and I think that why couldn't he been nominated, right? But we had to get Apata in there. So
if you made it this far, we thank you for watching. Thank you for always watching our clips and showing up to wherever you watch your podcasts, Spotify or YouTube. We really appreciate it. Brody, you got anything to say?
Nah, man. Thanks for sticking around. This is great. This is healing to talk about like music and sports, and it's a great thing. And if you don't agree with us, that's okay. All right, that's why we are doing this, so you can write us angry comments and go, "Do these guys watch football?" Congrats. Yeah. So anyways, let us know what you think. Follow us everywhere. If you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and hit us up, and we'll be back next week.
And one thing real quick, if we get enough people in the comments that really want it, and we might consider opening like a Patreon, so you guys could like catch the next 15 minutes or 20 minutes where Brody and I just talk about like our stuff away from the podcast. That is more just like him and I talking, and we would fill you in on all that, and it's far more rigid and cut up, or far less rigid and cut up, and you get way more spectrum. You get a little brief glimpse into what we're doing in our day-to-day lives. So if that's something you're interested in, leave a comment. I know nobody likes to do that these days, but leave a comment. How about it?
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we've been the Starting Two. I'm Brody Minnick. That's Alex Desai.
We'll catch you. Peace.
See you guys.